Yo, what's going on, fellas? Happy Tuesday morning to you. How are you doing on this great Tuesday morning? Hopefully you're doing well. Day's starting off. You got some breakfast, getting settled on in. Everybody already well into their work day. Let's take a little bit of break, talk some sports, and talk some sports betting, shall we? Let's make sure we, of course, go ahead and recap yesterday, and then we'll dive into today's action. We got some more Champions League, second leg, semifinals, with AC Milan taking on Inter Milan. And then, of course, we got today's MLB slate live at 11 a.m. Eastern to go ahead and break down with the Hockey Squirrel. Throwing up that recap from yesterday, we do get to ring that cash register after a 3-2 day and plus 0.49 units. I'd love to see that right there. How about that now? 4 straight days of helping you guys put money in your pocket. It all started off with a successful fade of Patrick Corbin. Mets and Nationals F5 over 5. Fade Patrick Corbin? Or wait, it actually wasn't Patrick Corbin that gave up all the runs. How about David Peterson of the New York Mets allowing the Nationals just to go off? This is why you have to pay attention to the payoff pitch. This was not a fade Patrick Corbin. The Nationals coming into that game, as we talked about yesterday on the payoff pitch, were number 2 versus left-handed pitching. So you didn't want to just do a Mets F5 team total and rely on the Mets. Why would you want to exclude the number 2 left-handed hitting team in the major leagues? You don't want to. So you do an F5 over and you get the good cash. And the Nationals are now number 1 versus left-handers after yesterday's performance up against David Peterson. So that was a great cash to go ahead and get our day started yesterday. How about the Diamondbacks Athletics? How about double dipping and getting 2 cashes? It seems like that's tripped us up when we've made multiple bets within the same game so far this season. Just because it's tripped us up in the past, we're not going to go ahead and stay away from good betting spots. Racinski under 3.5 Ks. Have we ever had an under with a guy getting a goose egg? No Ks. Now, I know that happened to Liseshi over this past weekend, and I give him credit. He probably picks up a strikeout or 2. I still think, rain delay or not, he's going to stay under that 4.5 Ks and give us a good cash. But he had 0 Ks. Racinski last night, 0 Ks. And in the process, we talked about the Diamondbacks having a really good hot offense versus right-handers. Of course, they went over their F5 team total in the process, just rocking that guy like 3 innings pitched. What was it, like 5 hits, 4 walks, 4 runs? I mean, they beat him up. Multiple 2-run home runs. Love to see that right there. 1 game and 2 cashes. And then, unfortunately, the losses start to happening. Trey Turner, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Hell, led off the game with a double. So you love that right there. Chance of cash in the first inning. If a guy could just drive him home, but the next 2 batters, they can't get it done as they get outs. And then Trey Turner himself couldn't get it done the rest of the night. He goes over 4 to end his night. Just needed a hit. Hell, just needed a sacrifice, RBI, something. And Trey Turner could not get it done, so lose that one. And then under Twins, Dodgers, that's just a good old sports betting loss as there were 17 runs, so well over 9. So that one couldn't get it done, but 3-2 and plus 0.49 units. Love to see that right there. And then arbitrage, $25.13. No, we did not make that yesterday. As we explained on Twitter, that was just rollover from last week. So love to see that right there. Let's hop in that comment section, see how you guys are doing on this great Tuesday morning. And then let's talk some Champions League action that's taken on today. Morning, Corey. Morning, my man. Hopefully you're doing well. You got any baseball action this week? Are the kids in action this week? Are we taking the over again, Corey? I got to get my money back from last week's under. That really screwed me. So let me know if the boys are in action this week. I want to get down on some of that beer money. Nothing like a twofer in that D-backs A's game. Yes, not only a twofer, Corey. How about a no-sweat twofer yesterday? Love to see that. What's up, Tyler? What's up, my man? How's it hanging? Well, we'll skip that question of how it's hanging, but 4 winning days in a row. Yeah, love to see that, man. Let's keep that rolling, Tyler. Let's not have that shit end anytime soon. Let's get it turned up, Brian. Turn it up. That twofer was nice. Yeah, that's been tripping us up. It felt good to do that and get rewarded into that. You bred 2 cows this morning. Hoping to make mothers next year for Mother's Day. Nice. Love to see that right there. All right. What are we talking? Champions League today. I'm not going to go ahead and bet it today, but it's going to be the same analysis as we sat here last week in this chair and said, It's probably going to hit both teams to score no and probably going to hit under 2.5. Didn't bet it last week, but both teams to score no hit and under 2.5 hit. I don't see that game being played any different than what it was a week ago. Whoever can, set up their tactics correct and get it right can likely keep a clean sheet. And Milan, got a 2-0 lead. There's no real aggression to, get forward. It's going to be protected. This game's a classic, just like the first leg. Under 2.5 and both teams score no. Couldn't imagine both of those bets not hitting. If you only wanted to play one of the two, maybe you just do under 2.5 for a 1-1 result. I don't see Inter Milan being this great, attacking team. And sew up shop at home, protect your 2-0 lead, and get yourself into a Champions League final for a chance to, face Real Madrid or Manchester City. So, yeah, I'm not going to bet it. I'll go ahead and leave that game alone. I don't have a bet currently right now for Real Madrid versus Manchester City. We'll see. There's no real rush. Everything's juicy. We already know leg twos are hard to bet, right? There's a reason why, we really go in and attack leg ones. Europa League last week, 3-0. Probably ain't going to do that again this week, It's leg two. They get a lot tougher. Tactics change dramatically. You're no longer just trying to play out leg one. It's now we got to try and, preserve and protect and go after something in leg two. So I'm not interested in it. If you want to go ahead and bet it, good luck. Again, under 2.5 would be my strongest play. Both teams to score no would be the second strongest play. So good luck if you decide to dabble. High school baseball is over on to summer ball. Football camps and summer basketball. Yeah, my kids aren't quite of that age where I'm going from activity to activity, but those days are pretty close. I know they're pretty close in my future. So enjoy that, Corey. Enjoy it. I know you will. All right, fellas, that's it. Otherwise, it's basically payoff pitch in about 10 minutes. I've already tweeted out a couple of bets. You guys already saw Tommy Henry. Tommy Henry no longer at 4.5 Ks. We've gotten 4 cashes and 4 plays of him going under 4.5 Ks. Tonight we'll try under 3.5 Ks. But just like under 4.5 Ks is cashed in all 4 starts, so is under 3.5 Ks. So it doesn't change the hit rate, even though they dropped the number to 3.5. We talked about it literally on yesterday's recap. That was going to happen. It happened this week. I bet he stays under 2. Plan on justifying it, of course, on the payoff pitch. It's not a blind bet. Hell, the Athletics are a great strikeout team right now at 18%. So it's not just a blind bet. It's got statistics that back it up, too, that you would throw your money at based on the stats. So love everything about Tommy Henry, obviously under 3.5 Ks. We're going to go ahead and do that NRFI and Nationals Marlins. We've talked about on the payoff pitch how we're going to track the Marlins and their inability to score in the first inning. And then you add on the Nationals side of it, you got Luzardo, who hasn't given up a run so far in the first inning. Love everything about that. And then the other one we tweeted out was the Rangers F5 team total over 2.5 runs at even money. They're smoking left-handed pitching, and they're going up a member here of the Braves, who's had 2 starts in his career and has gotten rocked in both of them. Can't go over 5 innings and given up 4 runs respectively in each start. So the 3 baseball plays we've given out, we already love them. We're going to add a couple more to it on the payoff pitch live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So hope to see you there. Yes, sir. Let's get it, Dejent. Go Nuggets. Oh, is that tonight? All right, go Nuggets. Wait, didn't you say you were going to be there? Did you say you were going to be there? Go Nuggets. Taking on the Lakers in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Oh, yeah, I was supposed to look you up a bet. Let's do that, Dejent. Shit, I never did that yesterday. I forgot. You said you were going to the game and you wanted a bet. Well, let's look up some defensive stuff here real quick. Man, as you guys can tell, I'm still a little bit under the weather. Hate to see it. All right, let's look up and see how the Nuggets are defensive. We know the point guard was a great angle. Wow, it's still a fantastic angle. Who's the Lakers point guard? I don't even know who the hell there's I would take his under points. Dejent. I would take his under points. Nothing else stands out. Let's see what the Lakers are not doing defensively. Man, you get in the playoffs, you're obviously getting the best of the best. None of these teams are weak at anything. You get great defense or above average defense and everything. Everything. Yeah, I probably wouldn't stretch it anymore. I'd probably really just look at, whoever the Lakers point guard is, feel confident taking his under in his under in his points. Let's see how these two teams have been doing defensively through the course of the playoffs. Yeah, Denver is no longer number 1. They're number 3. They've still been really stinking top. The Lakers are average in the first quarter. This game's, in Denver, so that only makes the margins better. The Lakers are worse on the road in the first quarter by 2 points. Let's see how they stack up defensively. That's how they stack up points scored. Let's see. Denver's defense is better at 28.1. Lakers isn't that far behind, but of course they allow more points on the road, as you generally do, and the Nuggets allow less points at home, 2 points greater. So you could look at the Nuggets first quarter. You could look at Lakers point guard taking his under on his point total. Let's see. Actually, I may make an NBA bet because I think there's a DraftKings same game, and we got $25 dollars of arbitrage. Hell, I may make a bet here. Lakers first quarter spread minus 1.5. Man, I'd rather have that just be minus a half. We can do alternate spread. Here you go. Nuggets to just win the first quarter is minus 154. I'm not price shopping. Let's see. Yeah. Look at the Nuggets. Where's points? Here we go. Who is the Lakers point guard? Who the hell is he? Let's find out. D'Angelo Russell. D'Lo. That's right. They traded for his ass. I remember that now. He's got 19, 15, 2, 21, 10. And what are they asking his points? 14.5? I'd take that under. That's hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how the Warriors also play the point guard position, just in comparison to Denver, to feel like, is he going to get a tougher or an easier matchup in this playoff series? Let's see how the Grizzlies defended the point guard. Oh yeah, they're worse than the Nuggets. Yeah, I would take this guy, D'Angelo Russell, under his points. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. That to me is fine. So, all right, let's go back in the comment section. Been rambling on there for a few minutes. Let's see. Let's cash a parlay. Let's do it. All right, hold on. I missed some comments. You're going to roll with the Nuggets. Cash cows always get adjusted. Yep. I'm still surprised we got that Zach Greinke. Last week, Monday, you can't play it. It's at 0.5. And then I have no idea how the hell they come back on Saturday. He gets no walks, cashes it at under 0.5. Or no, he got 1 walk. Can't remember now. Either way, why the hell they bring that back at 1.5? I have no idea. We got such an easy cash on Saturday with Zach Greinke. The Joker's going to have a great night. Yeah, he's always tough, man. Just because he's a triple-double threat. He could, be the scorer. He could be the facilitator. Anthony Davis, too. He is consistently inconsistent. What the hell you're going to get from Anthony Davis in terms of defense or offense? I don't know. And obviously that severely impacts the Joker's stats. Anthony Davis is always a wild card. Always a wild card with his production. Let's cash a parlay. Let's do it. Anyone like any NBA props? There you go, Tim. I think D'Angelo Russell, under 14.5 points. I didn't price shop it. That was just a random book. Let's see what DraftKings has. DraftKings is, they're minus 105 for under 14.5. I think that's it, Tim. If I was betting the NBA, I'd either do the Nuggets on the first quarter, or I would go ahead and do fading the Lakers point guard. Two things that have worked out well throughout the season. And looking up the stats right now, they're just as strong now as they are during the season. So, Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, you should definitely hit a game. Beautiful. Beautiful out there. Under PR was a easy cash last round. That is the dude for the Lakers, if I recall. I can't even recall who the hell that guy plays for. Yeah, I don't even. I thought that dude was a Laker. Wasn't he a Laker? I don't know. I just haven't been following basketball. Yeah, he is a Laker. They shouldn't. He's not a. He's not a. Are they even giving you? He's a bench player. They're probably not even giving you. Yeah, they're not even giving you props on him. I'm seeing no props on him on DraftKings and no props on FanDuel. Yeah, DGent, he's no longer a starter. I don't know what he was last round, but you're not getting any props on him. We'll jump on the D-Lo under. All right, good luck. You decide to tail any that basketball stuff. Have fun at the game tonight, DeGent, and go Nuggets, of course. I'm going to go and grab ourselves a squirrel, and then we'll talk some baseball in about 2-3 minutes. So hang tight, fellas. So let's go get Hey there, everybody. Welcome on into the Tuesday episode here of the Payoff Pitch, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. He's the Hockey Squirrel, and I'm, of course, Jason, here to break down today's MLB slate. Looks like the software didn't pull in the Hockey Squirrel, so let's obviously pull him in. There is the Hockey Squirrel. First inning, we call it quick hits. We like to know what's going on with the Squirrel each and every single day. What's going on, my man?
I think I'm trading places with you from about a week or two ago, and it's where you just can't get a damn win. You go on one of these streaks where it's like, doesn't matter, it seems to not matter what the hell you pick, what you do. It's just like, it's this miserable period of every cycle of every sports bettor. It's been rough. A lot of life stuff going on top of not winning, and yeah, it's been feeling maybe a little depressing. So try to pull myself out of that one, but this is kind of the reality, man. It's something that
Definitely.
people don't want to face a lot of the time, and
Right.
they want to think that you only win, you're a professional, you must do like, it's not like that. I'm sorry, unfortunate, but the reality is that it's a lot of hard work, and people steer away from it, but. It's like all I want to do.
Yeah, you're still putting your money in great betting spots, so I know those results will certainly turn. I think today will be the day that'll happen for you. So let's jump on into today's slate. We're of course powered by Bet Openly, where you win more and lose less. So don't forget to place those bets over on Bet Openly. Let's jump on into Around the Bases, where we take a couple of games and break them down. Curious what the Squirrel maybe wants to kick off to the show with. Hey, there's some interesting spots today. What do you got there, Squirrel?
Yeah. When I say this, what I do not want to have happen is people like run out and just immediately bet it. Okay. Because I'm asking for a sanity check here. Normally on my data model projections, I'm pretty spot on within the general vicinity. I'm getting the right team and roughly the right price within 10 cents or so. And the totals are, today I sat down and I priced the first game and I thought, did I just enter a bunch of stuff backwards? Am I looking at the right teams here? I had to double check the bullpens and the pitchers. I was like, I'm way off. I'm way off on one game. And I don't know if, something with my data is wrong or if it makes sense. I really have no idea. But the Angels I have as a favorite, and I'm looking at this as a plus 120 underdog. So I don't know, if I'm way off, if the projection of having this Chase Silseth is who's going to pitch for the Angels today. I don't know if that throws some things off because he has fewer starts projected for his season, and it makes something weird with the model, or if the Angels really should be maybe a favorite today. I don't really know. I mean, if you have any thoughts on it, I would like to kick off the show with that, just being that it's so off.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Angels again today. Not as much yesterday, but you remember this is one of the games where we saw different yesterday, where you like the Orioles and I like the Angels. You still get the same hitting advantages. The reason why I like the Angels yesterday, you don't get as good of a starting pitching advantage, and you do not get the bullpen advantage. So that's why I like the Angels yesterday, because I assumed Ohtani was going to get them a lead, and then you get the good arms, even though their bullpen numbers are bad. If you get into every team's good arms, it sets you up for success. So I don't think they're going to have the starting pitching advantage. They certainly do have the hitting advantage, which could carry them in this game. I don't think that they should be a dog, or certainly not a plus 120 dog. I think this is more of a coin flip game. Whichever team could get into those good arms will probably be able to pull off the victory. So not a dog to me. Squirrel one I looked at, and it was a head scratcher to me. Maybe people are trying to back Baltimore coming off yesterday's loss against Ohtani and just think it's a good bounce back spot. The stats don't think it's a good bounce back spot. It should be a coin flip game.
I mean, even the opener was plus 110 or plus 115, and now we're getting into the plus 120s, and I'm just thinking, even at plus 110, if this to me should be a favorite, I don't understand why we're still going the other way. Something is weird, or it feels weird, or I don't know. I'm just generally not that far off. So, I was like, did I put the players backwards and
Well, what do you got for this one here between the Tigers and Pirates? Because this is another one that was a little bit of a head scratcher. You can get Tigers money line at minus 115. And the Tigers, I get better starter, better offense, better bullpen. Offense-wise versus right-handed pitching, Their slash line is 248, 299, and 323. Not numbers that are hot by any stretch. Not numbers that would make you gravitate towards an FI team total. But stack those numbers up against the Pirates, who are hitting below the Mendoza line at 184. Then they slash line is 281 and 265. 265, no power, no batting average right now. Tigers with a better strikeout percentage, 20%, versus the Pirates at 31%. Then you look at the starters, you get Orizin versus Ortiz. Orizin here for the Tigers. Hell, he's coming off 2 great outings, so maybe he's starting to put it together. Ortiz, this is only his second start in the major leagues. He's coming off a decent one against the Rockies, but they don't hit right-handed pitching all that well. Lorenzen, I think within this game, you could look at taking his over on his outs prop or even over on his strikeout props. Again, with the Pirates hitting 184 and striking out 31% of the time. Orizin, over 4.5 Ks, I think is certainly a nice look. And if this game gets to be a bullpen game, well, you're getting the top 10 bullpen in the Tigers versus a bottom 10 bullpen in the Pirates. And that's across every statistical category in the bullpen. It's a top 10 versus bottom 10. So Tigers minus 115 money line. Where do you have them in your projections?
Minus 110. I have the Pirates plus 110 and the Detroit Tigers minus 110. So right there. And I have the total in this game at 9. It's right there too. It's 8.5 for juice to the over or 9 juice to the under. But
okay,
right in the kind of general vicinity, and then that's generally where I tend to end up on a lot of these games, and it's kind of only the ones that stand out, like the Angels or possibly a run and a half of discrepancy that I'm seeing in the Nationals and Marlins. If we're sticking with the earlier games in the evening, I have that at 9 between the Nationals and Marlins, and there's 7.5 being offered right now. So fairly low projection by the book,
good
comparatively anyway. Josiah Gray and Jesus Luzardo, I think, is the pitching there. So I generally look for a run and a half if I can on a total as far as my projections versus the books go. Much less than that, sometimes I'll play a run, but I don't want to play anything less than a run, really. It just kind of gets too tight,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. All right. Let's see what you got for pitching props. That's what we do in the third inning, called Shut Up and Pitch. I'll go ahead and leave one off here with our guy Tommy Henry. You guys have bet this long before I went ahead and tweeted this out. The only notable change here is we don't get under 4.5 Ks, which is what we've played in his first 4 starts, and he's gotten the cash. They dropped it to 3.5, but that's okay too, because under 3.5 is also cash in each of his 4 starts this season. We're not just going to go ahead and blind bet this one, though. The Athletics are excellent right now in their strikeout percentage versus left-handed pitching. It's 18.5%. You add in a pretty decent batting average at 261. You could see the same thing that's happened in Tommy Henry starts is he gets weak contact, doesn't blow anything by. His whiff rate and his swing rate are relatively low, obviously by the fact that he's staying under 3.5 Ks every time. And the Athletics aren't striking out. So at plus money, going to stay with our man who's given us 4 cashes and 4 starts. See if Tommy Henry can stay under 3.5 Ks at plus 125. What's a pitching prop for you, Squirrel?
Boy, I remember betting a season or two ago quite a few times on Luis Castillo when he was on the Reds, and then I was just checking out some of the strikeout percentages of the batters, and the Mariners are actually number 1 on the season. I don't know, you more break it down into smaller chunks, right, of the last 2 weeks, right? I believe you do 10 days. I don't know where everyone falls right now, but I do remember Castillo being a great strikeout prop, a season or two ago anyway. Other than that, I mean, if you're looking at some of these teams that strike out a ton, is the Minnesota Twins and the San Francisco Giants. So if you wanted to take a shot and go against any of them, I don't know what all those props are, but yeah, I mean, again, I really want to get into I believe it'd be linear regression and build this, like strikeout props model. But that's a lot of time to find all of the necessary metrics in order to contribute to that. And then to actually run that report every day on top of all the stuff I've already got going on. It's just unreal at the amount of time that this stuff takes. So As much as I'd love to have, a model on strikeout props, and I'll get there at some point, but I don't want too much of the season to go by before that happens either. So,
Cool.
yeah,
All right. Well, we all look forward to that one. Hey, what about the Yankees taking on the Blue Jays today? What about Kevin Gausman under 18.5 outs? It's juicy at minus 150, but it is juicy because I think there's a damn good chance it's going to go ahead and hit. A guy that stayed under in 5 of his 8 starts so far this season. Admittedly, he did go over earlier on against this Yankees back on April 23rd with 7 innings pitched, but hopefully that familiarity will obviously help off the Yankees. A Yankees team that comes in really good right now for his right-handed pitching. In fact, don't be surprised if this game goes over, even though there's Domingo Germán and Kevin Gausman on the mound, because both of these offenses are really good right now for his right-handers. But in terms of the Yankees, in terms of getting Gausman under 18.5 outs, their slash line is 277, 366, and 521 right now for his right-handed pitching. They've got a very high walk rate at 12.2% with a very low K percentage at 17.9%. So just the classic, maybe Gausman has a good outing, but he's going to have to work his ass off to get through this Yankees lineup, and I just can't see him going out there for that 7th inning. His pitch count is going to be quite up there on this Yankees team with how they're hitting right-handed pitching right now. So Gausman under 18.5 outs at minus 150 is going to be another great pitching prop. All right, long shots. Squirrel, how about my no-sweat 18-1 winner against those Brewers yesterday with those Cardinals? I still don't understand what the hell the people are doing on the Brewers. Cardinals are hot right now. Let's see what your long shot is today. It probably can't come sweat-free, and I don't think I can come sweat-free again, but it doesn't mean we can't deliver on good plus money cashes. What you got?
Yeah. I also took the Cardinals yesterday, and it was my only winner. I had 4 bets yesterday, and that was the one win, and I lost the other 3, unfortunately. Just from a general overview, I mean, I would want to dig more into some of these, but just based on my projection versus the book at the moment is kind of really what I'm using as a starting point here. I think the least favorite I'd probably have would be the Cubs. Maybe a slight tad of value. I have them like plus 135. I can get them 145. That would be probably the least. I honestly have a question, though. When is the last time the Oakland Athletics won a game? Has it been quite a while, or have they done it recently? Because I started to not trust them after betting on them so many times. But
I mean, I know you keep bringing it up on a lot of shows. Like, there's a lot of value, and all that is true. But I mean, to your point, when the hell does this team got to win? May 12th, so not too long ago, 4 days ago.
Okay.
And then you got to go all the way back to May 6th. So they're not winning very often. That's for damn sure.
They're sending out Tommy Henry for the Diamondbacks. You can grab plus 137 at Bet Online. You probably even get better at Bet Openly. Then that would mean you probably get plus 145 or something like that. Mm-hmm. I have them projected plus 108. So not like an ace pitcher going against them by any means. And they're actually at home. Maybe a bit of an edge there at the Coliseum. I don't know. Might not be the worst. Yesterday you had mentioned, and I saw it as well after the show, how ridiculously over priced, I guess. I don't know, who were the Royals playing yesterday? Was it the Padres again?
Padres, yeah.
Still an overvaluing. Yesterday they were more like plus 190 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they won, but once again, I have plus 153. I'm seeing around plus 170 something, depending on the book, for the Royals. And the Giants as well. I have them at plus 133, and we can get them close to even, basically just small plus money. So
that wouldn't be good.
Is that?
No,
that wouldn't be good. Okay, the other way around.
Yeah, that's terrible.
The other way around. So that would make the Phillies minus 133, and you can get them minus 113.
Yeah.
So not an underdog, but still valuable. So okay, I'll save that for another inning then. Should have saved it for another inning. I thought. All right.
Circling back real quick on your Athletics, Diamondbacks, boy, don't be surprised if this game soars over. You've got 2 offenses right now in the top 13 of the MLB in hitting left-handers. You've got 2 bullpens, both bullpens in the bottom 10. right now of the MLB. You've got Henry on the mound versus Muller. Both of these guys are just going to get hit. So don't be surprised if Athletics Diamondbacks goes over, but certainly both of those teams going ahead and contributing. My long shot today, I'm going to do yesterday's honorable mention. Today is today's bona fide underdog, and that's your Kansas City Royals. Squirrel kind of touched on it just right now. Big underdogs yesterday, and they're just too big of an underdog today at plus 175. You give a slight edge to Lugo, the starter, that's fine. But offensive edge certainly goes to the Royals. You got one team hits 236, where your Padres come in dead last at 183. And everybody wants to talk about the players on the team. Great. But the fact is they're still hitting well below the Mendoza line at minus 183. And the bullpens remain close. So close bullpens, close starters, offensive edge to the Royals. They're going to be my underdog today at plus 175. All right, fifth inning, keep swinging. We got to do some hitting props. What do you got there, Squirrel?
I could have potentially thrown this in as an underdog as well because you're getting plus money on the White Sox, and I have them projected at minus 108 with the home field advantage. It's Shane Bieber and Lance Lynn, so when I look at the pitchers versus the batters, there are a few White Sox that actually have done fairly well against Shane Bieber, and there's more Guardian players that have done well against Lance Lynn. So I'll talk a little bit more about the total as to whether I think it's going to go over or under. I have that as a projection anyway. But if you're looking for some batters to get things done, I would certainly look to either the Guardians or a couple of those White Sox players being Tim Anderson or Yohan Moncada.
Okay, you like a couple of those guys instead of being Shane Bieber. Love to see that right there. I've got, I've got 4 guys that go ahead and give you a hit. Lane Thomas, they're of the Washington Nationals. He's 5 for 10 off Luzardo with a double and a home run. I've also got Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians. He's 10 for 32 off Lance Lynn. 2 doubles, 4 home runs, and in those 32 at-bats, only 4 strikeouts. So love what Ramirez has been doing up against Lance Lynn. And yesterday I told you, guys, you should do Arenado and Goldschmidt. Yeah, you should do Arenado and Goldschmidt again today. Both of those guys are hitting 500 and 360 off Wade Miley. Great numbers like yesterday. I think both of those guys will come through, just like both of them gave you guys cashes yesterday. So Goldschmidt and Arenado. All right, 6th inning, it's a steal. What you got there, Squirrel, that I've got to bet? It's a steal.
I will go for the total in the White Sox game, and the thing that's making it better than the Nationals and Marlins, being that was a 1.5 discrepancy, is that you're getting a 1.5 discrepancy here. The game opened at 8 and has moved up to 8.5 at small juice towards the over. So you're getting that agreement, that market confirmation that the over is where the market's moving towards, but I do have the game projected at 10. So now you're getting market confirmation and a 1.5 discrepancy, and you've seen the batters and pitchers, or the batter versus pitcher layout there, where you're expecting a lot of Guardians to hit Lance Lynn, and going the other way around, it hasn't been exactly terrible for the White Sox batters. And are the White Sox still as bad in the bullpen as they started out to be? If you
no, they've straightened it out.
Straightened it out? Okay. Well, maybe that doesn't help as much. But either way, I think you get over 8.5.
I mean, even if those guys put it together for 10 days, it's still very much capable of absolutely imploding. So, hard not to like an over in that game with those bullpens. So, like to see that one right there. All right, for my steal, you guys know I like to give out my NRFI of the day. We've talked about last week here on the Payoff pitch. Talking about the Marlins and their just inability to score in the first inning. I'm going to go ahead and attack that game today. So your Marlins Nationals NRFI is the best one today. Look, the Marlins, NRFI, 83% of the time. We know that's a high percentage, second most in the MLB. The Nationals are at 69%, so well above 50%. Starting pitching, though, we get 2 great starters on the mound here in terms of a NRFI. Luzardo for the Marlins, 8 starts, 0 earned runs, only 2 hits. 8 starts, and he's only given up 2 hits and 10 strikeouts. That's what we look at. Do you have the strikeout stuff that gets you out of trouble? Although with 2 hits and 8 starts, he's not getting in trouble all that often. So love to see that right there. I mean, his opponent's batting average is 0.74 in the first inning. Luzardo's a guy we can definitely trust. Josiah Gray for the Nationals, he's at 8 starts, 2 earned runs, 4 hits and 2 walks and 8 Ks, and opponent's batting average of 148. Look, this late in the season to get these stats in the first inning, 8 starts into a season. This is really good stuff. So Nationals Marlin, easily the best NRFI of the day. Sign me up at minus, what I tweet, like minus 113, I think is what I tweeted. So that's what we'll go ahead and pay for that one. All right, 7th inning, best bet of the day. Need a winner here, Squirrel. Hook me up.
For value and the fact that it's a favorite, I just sent out the Philadelphia Phillies at minus 112 or minus 113. I have a minus 130 something. You have the Giants that strike out a ton. I don't know if the offensive production has been great. Oracle Park generally lower scoring, and you get Zach Wheeler against Alex Cobb. I thought I just saw Alex Cobb really recently, they just pitched him, and he's back in there again. I don't know if the days are really going by that fast or if his game got canceled or something, but it just feels like a day or two ago I was just looking at Alex Cobb on the rotation or whatever. But whatever. Anyway, Zach Wheeler's not too bad on his own. So with a projection of 130 and I'm getting 112 or 113, I'll take that.
Like that. All right, for my best bet today, I'm going to look back the Texas Rangers and their F5 team total. They're taking on the Braves today. The Rangers come into this game really hot versus left-handers. Top 3, hitting 345. That's a massive number, 345. Their other numbers in the slash line are 424 and slugging 504. So love to see that. A great walk rate at 11.4%. So look for them to draw a couple of free passes at 22% K percentage. That's good. That's decent. That's well above average. So I like to see that right there. And they're taking on Jared Suster here for the Atlanta Braves. He's only going to be making his 3rd start, but his first 2 starts have been really ugly. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks. Remember that high walk rate there, the Texas Rangers. They're going to be able to take advantage of this guy having terrible control. In his 2nd start, he had 5 walks. Already in 2 starts, my man's had 9 walks. Holy hell. In that other outing, he went 6 hits, 4 earned runs as well. So giving up 4 runs in each start, giving the team no distance, and running into a really hot team. It's just classic. How do I handicap baseball? One of the things I look for is a hot offensive team going up against a weak pitcher. You get that dream scenario here. So that's the best bet today at even money. It's the Rangers F5 team total over 2.5 runs. So, all right, 8th inning double play. We got to give these guys a parlay here in the 8th inning. What do you got today, Squirrel?
Boy, I mean, I don't like to overpay on straight bets, so then, to find 2 favorites to put together, maybe we'll go 2 totals. That might make more sense. The 2 highest that I had projected then, let's go with the Guardians and White Sox over the 8.5 at plus 100, and let's try the Nationals and Marlins over the 7.5. That gives me plus 274. 2 overs.
Plus 274. All right, don't forget, guys, hop on over to Bet Openly. You make the parlay, you be in control, and you make the money. So hop on over to Bet Openly. I've got one for you guys. Parlay. This one feels like can't miss. I put this one together, and I was like, so how many units am I putting on this son of? Am I just unloading the truck on this one? What about Lance Lynn under 18.5 outs? I think that's going to happen today up against the Guardians, who are 11th in Major League Baseball at pitches per plate appearance. They also have the 8th best rate at grounding into a double play. They do a great job of avoiding that at only 0.6 per game. Lynn versus the Guardians in 2022 faced them 5 times. How about 4 of those 5 times he stayed under 18.5 ounce? Lynn in 2023 has cashed this in 6 of his 8 starts. Guardians versus right-handers doing pretty damn good. 263, 307, and 398 slash line. Their K percentage is really good at 18.9%. Walk rate is at 6.3, so nothing to brag about, but their K percentage at 18.9 is really good. All those numbers check out to be a top 10 right now versus right-handed pitching. So love that right there. There are some great averages in this projected lineup up against Lance Lynn. You've got averages of 313, 389, 2 333s, a 292, and a 286 batting average of projected starters to go ahead and go up against Lance Lynn today. So that'll be one of my props is Lance Lynn under 18.5 outs. And I'm going to parlay him with Alex Cobb to not be the winning pitcher. No, he will not be the winning pitcher at plus 119. The Phillies in this matchup against the Giants, they have the better starter. They have the better offense, by far the better offense, and they have by far the better bullpen. I mean, significantly huge advantages from an offensive bullpen. Alex Cobb, he's not going to be the winning pitcher. And why are the Phillies money line at minus 113? Like, I don't get it. Everything about the Phillies checks out better than the Giants today. Remember, I liked the Giants yesterday, right? I told you F5 money line was a great play for that Giants. They came through and got a cash. Now, different starters. It's a right-hander as opposed to a left-hander, where the Phillies struggled yesterday up against Alex Wood as predicted. They're not going to struggle today. Give me the Phillies. And Alex Cobb did not be the winning pitcher. All right, ninth inning. We got to go ahead and throw our bets up on the screen. Let me do that, and then let's talk all these things. Rapid fire, baby. Let's get it. Which I can tell you guys, I've got a free bet over on BetMGM. They love giving away free bets. I'm going to make a rapid fire parlay today. So if you're interested in that, check Twitter. I'll go ahead and tweet that out shortly after the show. This is what I'm going to go ahead and roll with today, though. I am going to do that Nationals, Marlins, NRFI. Just love everything about that one. Tigers money line at minus 115. Phillies money line at minus 115. Best bet on the board today is that Rangers F5 team total. And then a couple props there. Henry under 3.5 Ks and Lynn under 18.5 outs. Just didn't complicate it with the parlay. But I like the double play, but I'll just keep it as a single play. Squirrel, what are you going to roll with today?
In terms of projections, I'll say that my best projected favorite is going to be the Philadelphia Phillies minus 112. My best projected underdog there will be the LA Angels at plus 120 when I have them at what should be favorites according to my projections anyway. Best projected over, I'll take Guardians White Sox over 8.5 with Bieber and Lance Lynn there.
Okay, all right. Let's hop into this. Let's do this rapid fire thing. One of the best parts about this show. Love this rapid fire. All right. Hop on in here. Angels at Orioles, over under of 9.5. Angels plus 115. That's come down. They're getting to be a smaller of a dog. Orioles minus 135. I'll take the Angels again today, plus 115.
Yeah, I will too. And I have the game projected at 10, so it's only a half a run differential. But I don't know if that helps you out at all.
Pirates and Tigers, over under of 8.5. Pirates plus 105. Tigers at minus 125. Again, look for a couple pitching props within this game of Lorenzen if you're interested. I obviously like the Tigers today, so I'll stick with them. I actually put my money behind them.
Yeah, currently I think it's a fair line. I don't think you're overpaying or anything like that, or underpaying, if you will. And then I have the game at 9, pretty much right in the ballpark, if you will.
All right, Nationals and Marlins, over under of 7.5. Nationals at plus 140. Marlins at minus 165. I'll tell you what, guys, almost bet on the Nationals F5 team total because they're just that good right now versus left-handers. You saw it again yesterday against David Peterson. But I'm on the NRFI, so I didn't go ahead and make that play. I like everything about the Nationals. This was my second favorite underdog today. They just don't have the bullpen advantages. But otherwise, starter, I think, is neutralized between Gray and Luzardo. And the bats right now heavily favor the Nationals. Give me the Nationals at plus 140. Pretty easy decision.
Yeah, I have plus 158. Things could change a little bit, though, once the batting orders are released. Things generally kind of shift by a couple cents there. And I think I like the over a little bit better. If we are getting bats waking up and doing well today, I have the game at 9. We're seeing a low total of 7.5. So I think I would attack the total personally over a money line. But offense, hopefully, either way goes.
Okay. Yankees and Blue Jays, over under of 8. Yankees at plus 155. Blue Jays at minus 180. You've got a Blue Jays team right now sitting in the top 5 in bullpen stats. You've got two offenses that are about neck and neck. I'm going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays on the run line here at this one. That bullpen advantage is really too big right now to ignore. So Blue Jays run line for me.
Okay. I have plus or minus 156 favoring the Blue Jays. And game at 8.5. It's right in there. So I would say that there's a bit of a overvaluing for the Blue Jays. Probably win the game, don't get me wrong, just 156 versus minus 175 roughly.
Yeah.
So roughly 20 cents over what I would want to pay for a fair line.
Then maybe they're a good parlay piece for people. All right, Rays and Mets with an over-under of 8.5. Rays plus 135. Mets minus 155. Bullpen day for the Rays with Jalen Beeks
Yeah.
going up against Justin Verlander. I will take the under in this matchup. Give me the under.
I don't even mess around trying to price games like this. There was this one and one other one. This one has Jalen Beeks, which when you're looking at projections, he's expected to have 0 games started, which is really tough to work with. 0 games started.
He started games. We've broken his ass down. He's going 2 innings. Come on.
No, I know. It's just in terms of the actual data projections, it goofs them up, so I don't nearly try. Between him and this, it was the Reds and Rockies. When we get to that, this B. Williamson and C. Anderson, I don't think either of them have pitched, or I don't have enough data on them to really tell you much about it. So, being that that's a Coors, we'll get to it.
Okay. All right, let's do Mariners and Red Sox over under of 10. Mariners minus 165, Red Sox plus 140. I like the Mariners team total in this, going up against Pavetta. I think they should hit him hard in a Red Sox bullpen right now that is currently struggling. So if you're interested in betting this game, I think the Mariners team total is the best way to go ahead and get in this game. And because of that, I'll go ahead and say Mariners money line.
Yeah, I was close to the opener. I have minus 137 for the Mariners. It opened about minus 140, 145, depending on the book. It's come up now, obviously, closing in on minus 160. So, and over too much to pay there now. So if the other side of that would be plus 137, that's roughly right where it is. And I think the over is where you might want to be on this, though, being that it's at Fenway. Usually jacks things up a bit. I have the game at 12. I don't think I even mentioned this in the other prior innings of the show, but you're getting 9.5 with juice or 10 at even odds, and I have a projection of 12. So there's that for you.
Okay. Brewers and Cardinals over under of 8.5. Brewers plus 155. Cardinals at minus 180. A bet within this game you can go ahead and take. The Brewers have the worst batting average right now versus left-handed pitching. They're hitting 185. Jordan Montgomery over 17.5 outs. I think he does go a full 6 strong in this game and limiting those Brewers. Just like I like the Cardinals yesterday, I like the Cardinals again today. They have the advantages. So, yeah, give me the Cardinals. Not as big of advantages because they're not facing a right-hander. They're facing a left-hander in Miley. But they still have massive advantages. So, it's Cardinals for me. Cardinals run line.
Yeah, I'm at 8.5 on the total and plus or minus 160, and Brewers are plus 160. So I see nothing there of value that I feel like betting on from just a general overview.
Braves and Rangers over under of 9.5, minus 110 up against minus 110. You know what my best bet of the day is, so I'm liking the Rangers to do some damage. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Rangers on the money line here at minus 110. We know Dane Dunning is going to go until he runs into trouble. That's how they've been using this guy. So the fact that then it becomes a bullpen day, I like the Rangers.
Sure. I have plus or minus 103. So right in there kind of with that 10.25 on the total. So perhaps an over, but again, it's, I at least like a run of differential, if not a run and a half for my projection to the book. So slight favoring to the over, but that's about it.
Cubs and Astros. We get Cubs at 7.5 over. We get Cubs plus 145. Astros at minus 170. Tough one for me when I was looking at the stats because they kind of they alternate every kind of category who does what better. So kind of a tough game for me. So because of that, I'll take the Cubs at plus 145. With the game going likely under 7.5, if I had to take a guess.
Do you happen to know where it ended yesterday? I know this was a matchup that I was wondering about because it was in Minute Maid. It's in a dome. I didn't have to worry about weather, so I was like, to get 7.5 in a dome felt low. But I don't know where it ended.
I'm almost certain it was 6-4 Astros. 6-4 Astros.
Okay. So, yeah, I think I had 9 as a projection roughly yesterday, and I have the same thing today. So
okay.
I would have taken the over yesterday. Might try it again today, but I didn't hop on it yesterday just because it felt kind of sketchy that it was so low.
Mm-hmm.
But had I followed the projection, I would have come out. But oh well.
All right, Guardians and White Sox over under of 8. Guardians minus 120. White Sox at even money. Guardians, I'll take it. Minus 120.
Minus 120 for Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, I have the White Sox minus 108. I'm not really interested though in the money line. I like the total better, and I did get it down for myself. So over 8.5 at even money.
Over 8.5. Wow, it's fallen down to over 8 is what I'm seeing right now. But it's heavily juiced, so it's one of those ones where it'll probably bounce back up. But go ahead.
Right. So either way, I would need 9 to win. I just don't stand a chance at pushing. And the only ways you're going to push are kind of unlikely. A little bit more unlikely. Right, 7-1, obviously. 4-4 is an automatic win. So you take a bit of a risk, and don't have to pay the heavy juice. I don't know, what is it, minus 120, 125?
20. Yep.
Yeah. So I'll take the even odds for the 8.5.
Okay, yeah, I agree. All right, Reds and Rockies over under of 12.5. I think this game was like 9-8 yesterday. There were 17 or so runs, lots of runs in this game. Reds plus 110, Rockies minus 130. Have to like the Reds again today, just like I liked them yesterday in rapid fire. So give me the Reds at plus 110. As far as an over or under, yesterday's, I tell you what, that was a lot of runs. That one kind of surprised me. So I'll take the over again today.
I will too, just because I don't know anything about either pitcher at all, and Coors has to be hard to control. Are they debuts, both of them? Because I didn't recognize them.
Mm-mm.
No.
Chase Anderson's got a couple starts. I don't know about Williamson. Can't tell you about him.
Okay. I can look at.
I can look about. Let's see.
Not them. I want to know what the weather is.
Yes,
Coors.
Brandon Williamson is making his MLB debut in Colorado. MLB debut. Oh, shit, he's a left-hander.
It's got to be tough.
How are those Rockies doing against left-handers right now? Hold on.
So I'm showing 9 miles per hour inwards at Coors today.
He's screwed. I mean, they're not like crushing it, so I'm not going to bet their F5 team total. Yeah, Rockies. Hold on. This game's going over. Oh, yeah. Reds have a good batting average right now versus right-handed. This game's going over just like yesterday. Who cares who wins this game? Just take the over. Good luck. MLB debut, and they throw him out in Colorado. Why do they just – what do they do? Who the hell did he piss off in the front office?
You said first 5, and it reminded me that I had a first 5 yesterday on the Twins, so I stopped caring about who won. But there was a massive Twins comeback yesterday, and it was like – dude, it was like 12:40 a.m. and they were still going. I mean, I know it's in LA, so, but geez, I was like, it was 8-8 in the bottom of the 11th, and I was like, I'm going to bed. So I don't know whoever won that.
All I know is my under 9, I saw it was 6-3. I said, cool, so I can get a push if there's no more runs. Yeah, there was like 8 more runs scored in that game. It was a run-heavy game in that one yesterday. So, all right, let's. I think we got 2 or 3 more games here. Royals, Padres. I'm going to stand on my Royals, although now that I think about it, I'm going to take the Nats. I'm not changing it. I can't go back in time and change what my long shot of the day is, but I do think the Nationals are actually my long shot of the day. But we'll stick with the Royals, of course. Gave them out earlier, plus 170. Still like them.
We are on the Royals. Yeah, I would take a shot at the Royals if I were to do anything in that game. Just I think I have them plus 150, and they're 170, I don't know, something like that.
Diamondbacks and Athletics with an over-under of 9.5. Diamondbacks minus 155. Athletics are plus 135. I'm taking the over. Give me over 9.5.
Okay, I don't have a projection that's that high for the total. More so than I like Oakland on the money line. I just want them to actually start winning when I bet on them. So it's very frustrating, but good luck to us.
Stats are close with the way they hit left-handers, so you get a chance with Henry. I like it. Phillies and Giants over-under of 7.5. Phillies minus 120. Giants even money. I like the money line so much here. I'm not interested in a total. I really like this money line here for the Phillies. They do it all better.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of my, I think it is my best projected favorite in terms of discrepancy.
Oh,
You're
cool.
getting at least 20 cents.
Bailey Ober against Clayton Kershaw. That's Twins and the Dodgers with an over-under of 8. Twins plus 170. Dodgers minus 200. You know that under yesterday, too? I gave it out at under 9. It dropped to 8 by the time first pitch came around. So we were on the right side of that. It just went way over. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a good old
It
sports
is, man.
betting loss. I'm not going to dabble in the over or under today. I mean, because you just, you had whatever the justification was yesterday. There were starters. I don't remember now. But
I'm just noticing now. I have this 9.5.
you have this. Oh, that's bettable for you. That's a run and a half.
Plus or minus 167. So, I don't really feel like taking a chance on the Twins money line. It's not really enough for me to do so. But yeah, the total looks good on
right.
the over.
What do I say? I always say don't let a bad result get you off a good bet. I'll take a stab at the under again here in rapid fire. I'll take a stab at the under. It's heavily juiced to the under.
I know it didn't seem
This
to.
could-
It
this could
didn't
drop
seem to
7.5.
matter to you yesterday. It opened 7.5.
This line? Okay. Well, it's
Yes.
going to soon come back down to it, I got a feeling, based on the juice.
Okay. All right.
What didn't make it? Hold on. What didn't make it matter yesterday? What were we talking about?
Oh, I said it didn't make it. It didn't matter to you yesterday because you got the game at 9 and it went to 8. But I was just about to tell you that this game opened at 7.5 and now it's at 8. So,
Gotcha. Going the wrong way for
but-
me. I wonder if we use our odds trader app. You guys have been using the odds trader out there. Free price shopping tool. Let's see what we got here. Let's do a total. Let's do a total check here on the odds trader app. Yep, there's 7.5 on Bet Rivers. There's 7.5 on Unibet. Yeah, that 8's going back down to 7.5. So, all right, see what happens. That one's gonna be sweaty right there. All right, fellas, there it is for the Tuesday edition here of Payoff Pitch. I mentioned, look for me on Twitter. I'm gonna go ahead and tweet out a free bet here momentarily in the next 15 or so minutes. Grab some of those rapid fire leans. Drop those suckers in a parlay and see if we can have some fun tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoy your night. Look forward to cashing with you guys and seeing you back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Have a good one, everyone. Good luck with your bets.
See you later.